Good morning. My name's Steve. This channel's for you if you're looking for something a bit more on the chill side. I produce golf content, vlog style, very little camera cuts. It's more in the raw format. So if you're looking for something that kind of like inspire you to practice a little more, or maybe just compare your journey with mine, this is what this channel's for. It's a lot less about giving lessons and tips. Of course, I'll share a bit of my my thoughts as I go on, but you know, this channel is for you if you're looking for something to throw in the background, like while you work from home, or you know, just like reading a book even. So if you have a TV rather than your phone, I would throw it on the TV and just kind of chill in that way, and just kind of enjoy what we're getting into. So today, what I'm working on is I'm working on my iron play. I've been working on that through the winter. That's something I like to work on, is basically really want to dial in the feels for the iron. So that's what I'm getting into. Just a little more is some of these videos, I don't really spend a ton of time voice tracking every little thing I'm doing. I will, of course, talk a little bit through what I'm doing, but it's not really meant to, you know, drive your game in a certain direction. It's more just, you know, sharing my process. I'm just going to pick a random course, and we are going to go practice some iron shots. This is GS Pro, hooked up to Uneekor. Just going to go find some approach shots, warm up, and start working on swinging the club. I think this has to be a relatively short video today. Just kind of hit a few while this thing turns on. It's kind of cold this morning. My shot shape is generally, like a default, is a draw. So the thing I would really like is not to overdraw it. Kind of found something yesterday. Yesterday I was watching the Century and playing the tour approach shots for fun. Kind of felt like I found a feel. It's going to be overdrawed there. Right now, I'm not trying to shape the shot or anything. We're just warming up the body. Try to find it. Then we'll work on some stuff. Okay. So I'd say I'm warmed up enough. Now that I'm warmed up, I'd be ready to start working on some different feels for changing some stuff up. I have a couple of different ways of practicing these iron shots. One is I'll kind of go through the bag. Today, what I would prefer to do is just get one club and basically work on the feels for the one club. The club I have is an 8-iron. My club head speed with 8-iron is around 80. So let's see. Cool hole, but I don't really want to mess with this one. What I really want is like a 170, 180. Actually, this would be pretty good because it's in the back. Let's see. That's going to be like 160s. Yeah, there's a little cool hole. Let's actually, I like this hole. So let's just go back a little bit, back here. That should be, yeah, that's like a 170 carry to the middle of the green. So we're not aiming at the flag there, we're gonna just go there. So, yes, it's downhill. There's things going on here that, you know, take in consideration when you're practicing, but effectively what I'm working on is I want to control the trajectory of the ball a little more because I'm really hitting this over draw. So that's what I'm working on today. Let's just hit a few, make sure this is the right range for this club, and then we can start working on that. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a good range for this club. It's a good range. So, what I would like to do is, so one shot I would like to do is see if I can get a cut, or even like just like a straight push. That would be a good way for me to work it to the right. Now, I'm still gonna be aimed at the middle of the green, but basically I want to give myself that ability to have the ball fall off to the right or go right. You know, that whole idea of playing it against the left wall so I can block out the left side of the course. That would be a nice shot to be able to have since I typically have a draw. Okay. So I have a couple of ways to do this, and I'm still not, I think everyone kind of has their like go-to way of shaping a ball. I mean, the greatest pros out there, like your top 5, I think each one of them will probably say something a little different. And I haven't quite found that one variable that I like to change. So right now I'm just playing with different variables, and those 2 different ones that I just tried basically ended up with the same shot. So I'm going to try something a little different. So it didn't really go right, but we did end up slightly right of our target on that one. I'm gonna try that method again. So this is the third method, or different way. Yeah, and I'm still just drawing it. It's tough when you have like a particular shot shape to hit the other shape. So, who is it? I don't know. Is it Jack Nicklaus who said that for his shot shaping, what he would do is just literally same swing, just open the club if you want to cut, and just hit the same swing. Now, I don't, like, how do you look down, be confident that you're square to your target, and then take this club and then like open it like two or 3 degrees? I mean, that's what I just did. Let's try that again. Kind of does it. I mean, more than kind of, it's definitely doing it. So I'm going to do my normal shot and then that cut. Hit it a little thin. So I think we're looking at about a 170 carry. Sounds right, or at least what I play. Let's do another stock shot. Oh, that's really overdraw. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. So we're still like a 170-ish carry. Man, that's very toey. So I'm hitting the stock shot. Basically, I want to be able to hit like really good stock shots, be confident, like there it is, there it is, there it is, and then go my uncomfortable shot. Stock, 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 uncomfortable. Because I don't want to be like so dialed in with a shot that's not my normal shot that I can't go up there and be comfortable with my normal shape. Man, I'm not hitting the ball that well today. But this is golf reality. This is what happens sometimes. And this is where, if I can't go stock, 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 I end up with a session that is not shaping the ball. Like right now, I'm just like so overdrawing it. And we know what it is. It's a combination of two things. Club path is very into out, and we're also closed. So this is mostly into out. So if we just follow the numbers, and be less in out, then we end up with a little cut there. So I didn't even have to like open the face. So right now, I need to find that stock shot. It doesn't do any good to work on shaping the ball if you can't hit your stock shot. So it's a pretty good stock shot. Really like that one. Can we do 5 of those? Let's try that. A little thin, but let's look at the shape. Not overdrawn, just kind of pulled. That's so fat. Man, I just came up on my toes on that one. I'm just not settling in today. What's going on here? Okay. That was a pretty good one. That's a good stock shot. Really like on the simulator going to a hole like this and hitting those shots because there's a bit more pressure to be more accurate rather than just throwing balls out there. Which is why I'm not just striping them. And then I go and do that. That's going to be like over the green because I just absolutely pured that. I mean, that's a really good stock shot. I know it's a little left than desirable, but the swing was really good and I just pured it. Don't mind that one. I've hit a couple of shots kind of thin. gonna be pretty good. I wouldn't say I was trying to hit that push. I was still trying to hit my stock shot. However, because we were overdrawing it, I'm trying to fix this number here, which is club path. And then I'm not so much worried about this yet. It's just, I know that my club path is really off if I'm like above 3. So in that, when I say above 3, this is out to in. So normally I'm in to out. So if I'm in this territory here, I mean, that's a dramatic swing change for me, which is why I'm going to be open and hit it to the right and all that kind of stuff. I just want to go up. And the feel for me is more like straight back. I don't mind that. Again, I'm actually trying to fix the stock shot right now rather than hitting a fade. Let's get the feel of going back and not flipping at it. That's what I'm doing. Pretty good. I mean, the pen is a side note here. I'm not concerned with trying to do any of that. To me, a perfect shot on this practice session is going to be like a little push draw right here. So a push draw right there would be a controlled draw. Kind of a push. I guess it cut a little bit maybe. That was a really good one. I like that one. Real good. That was so pure. I like that one a lot. So like I said, my club head speed is just over 80 with an 8-iron usually. Can swing harder, but what's the point of that if I cannot control it? Some people can. They can't do it. Stock shot's working. Feels like the stock shot, we've kind of got it under control. If I hit 5 of these in a row, I'm going to hit a cut. And I'm going to hit a cut by opening the face. I think that's, for me, what worked easiest. And that is what I would consider perfect for me. Just like that little push draw. Might be a little left. Hit it well though. So, I mean, this is where like normal humans, like if you are watching this, you can see this club head speed is changing so much. How do you do that consistently? And if you can do that consistently and then hit the ball consistently on the face, then I think you start really getting into the territory of dialing your numbers into the, like, I don't know, within 3 yards kind of stuff. But why would you care about that if you can't even reproduce this every time and this every time? I don't know. I would love for an actual golf authority to like tell me what I should be working on. I think I'm doing the right stuff. I have progressed in the few years that I've been golfing quite a bit, I think. But what if I'm working on the wrong stuff? Feels like I'm doing the right stuff. I like that one. That's a really good one. Again, that was a stock shot. I think I'm ready to hit a cut. I've hit a few stock shots now. And for me, I think it's just like, I wanted to fix these numbers. We're going to hit a cut. I'm not going to change anything about my swing. I'm just going to open the face. And I don't even know if 2 degrees is the right angle. What I'm saying? It's going to be too much. So maybe I need to think 1 degree. Let's think 1 degree. Again, I don't know if it's actually 1 degree. What I'll do is I'll put it square and then I re-grip to where it's open. Because you got to re-grip. If you take the club and just grip and then turn it, very likely you're just going to come down and hit the same exact shot. So if you're going to open or close the face, you have to re-grip. That's not bad. I mean, granted, for this green, that's not the right aim point if you're going to hit a cut, because obviously you're going to go in that bunker every time. But we're doing it. We're fading it like 10 to 20. I mean, 10 would be great. I think I'm doing more like 20. Okay. Again, we're getting that like the ball's ending on the right side, like fairly controllably. There's a couple of reasons why I think I would need this shot. I like having it in certain situations because sometimes you don't have a choice. Like what if you end up in the fairway and that course happens to have like a tree right here, and the only way you can get on that green is sending it over here, and then you hit a cut. Now, if you end up going straight, you're fine. But if you hit it over here and you get a cut, maybe you'll be in a better spot, even roll into the green. So it's good that if you're forced to hit those shots, to have that. Okay, good. We can hit that cut. We can hit that cut now. Since we're kind of on this shot shaping, we're in the shot shaping territory where I've got this stock shot and I've shot shaped the uncomfortable shot. I need to go back and hit like 5 more stock shots, because I want to try a couple more things, but I need to re-ground and reset and hit the stock shots again. Should be like on the left, a draw. That's stock for me. Okay. If you happen to still be watching this video, hopefully you're on your way to the course and you're going to go put some good practice in. Hopefully you're inspired to do something like that. Or even just make a plan on how to practice. Or if you're working, maybe you can put some notes in your phone. Maybe you want to try something. Stock shot here. maybe a little overdraw. But again, that's my stock. Good. Let's hit 2 more stock shots. That's really left. I don't like that one. I mean, obviously it's not horrible. We didn't hit it off the cart path, but it's pretty left. And I know for me, a lot of that is just, I'm really inside player. I'm collapsing this arm in like too much. A lot left again. A lot left. Battery died there for a second. The thing that's kind of tough about these vlogs is, I don't know, the camera, I'm using a Hero 13 and I buy 5 brand new batteries off Amazon, but officially from GoPro, and 2 out of 3 actually work as intended. Meaning I'll have all 5 at full charge and 3 of them won't last at all. And I don't know, I feel like I'm fairly tech savvy, so I know what I'm looking at when I'm buying the batteries. Like you need the amperage to be, is it amps, total amps? I don't know. It's something like that. Basically, I get the one with the highest power bank, and I don't know, they still just don't, they're not consistent. So I find that to be pretty annoying. It was like false advertisement to me. Oh, good. Then we follow up with a really good shot there. All right. So when I hit cuts, they go a little higher. When I'm hitting draws, they go a little lower, more compressed. It's going to be kind of a draw there. Stock. We're just hitting stock shots again. The camera died. We kind of have to like reset a little bit. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to show high and more of a compressed ball flight. So my normal ball flight with this club is probably around anywhere from 110 to 120 in terms of peak height, which is right here. And I think when I hit a high ball, I'm going to be in like 130 plus. And I think a compressed ball would be 90s. So let's hit some high balls, and then we'll hit some low ones. Wasn't the best strike, so it didn't come out. That was like pretty thin. And this is where sometimes you're just going to flat out mishit it trying to do something like this, right? You got to like teach yourself how to hit these shots. Seemed a little higher. We're not in 130s, but it definitely went higher. Like 118, it's kind of high. Let's do another high one. So just by nature of trying to hit it higher, I'm going shorter. Now that's proper height for what I'm trying to do. It's 138, super high. Let's do another one. was not struck very well. So sometimes high balls are easy for me, and sometimes it's like this, where I'm like probably less than 50%. So it's good to know where you're at with these sort of shapes. So I hit it high, but I went way left. So I really wanted to focus on like just getting the height out of it. So if you're behind a tree and you just like, again, like you're in a situation where you're forced out of your stock shot and you have to go super high, I'm looking at like 50% of the time being able to do that. That's got to be really good. So high, 147. So I think I got the really high one. And the way I'm doing that, again, this is not like golf instruction. I think you should not take advice from me, but this is what I'm doing, is I'm like throwing the club like right there underneath the ball, like pinching it underneath like that. And I think it adds some dynamic loft to really throw the ball up there. I'm not using spin, because you can actually use, in like the right conditions, you can use spin to generate more height too, because the spin will actually grab the ball and make it go higher as well. So this is just flat out, well, not flat out, mostly dynamic loft doing it, rather than like just straight up increasing the spin. Now you're gonna need other things to increase spin, but so that's what I'm doing. If anything, I'm putting it slightly in front of my stance. And again, I'm kind of like throwing the club like right underneath it there. And I'm not afraid to hit the ground and the ball at the same time. Like if the ball is standing on a dime, I'm hitting the back of that dime where it's touching the ground. That's where I'm aiming for that really high ball flight. So you could definitely get away with doing that on par threes if you really just want a high ball flight, because the ball's not on the ground. You got a bit more forgiveness. And you can really squeeze that club underneath, like where it's sitting on that tee, and get a lot of ball height. So now let's do the opposite. Let's hit some kind of like compressed-ish shots and see how far compressed we can get, and then kind of see where we're at. So even though I was hitting those high ball flights and they weren't like super controlled, they weren't that crazy either. Most of those shots were playable. So we're going to see where we're at with these compressed shots and see if we can make ball contact and get these going. So with these compressed shots, quite different. What I'm doing is I'm aiming. So if the ball's sitting on a dime, I want to make contact with, in my head, the ground on the front of the dime of that ball. And the other thing is I kind of want to keep this low. Rather than coming up here, I want to go as low as possible. And then I'm more or less holding this angle like this. I'm going to try and hold that angle. Or drag the knuckles, if you will. Not super low. Not really low. Let's try another one. Would like to get in that, I don't know, if we can get below 110, maybe that'll be a win with this club. This is, this is an 8-iron, so it's fairly lofted. Let's just go a little further back in our stance. That's a little lower. Felt very compressed. It's a little lower. I don't know though, we can go lower than 110, to be honest. I don't know. We'll try again. Yeah. Still getting good club speed with that kind of different swing. Let's hit another, try to hit a low one. And you're probably wondering, how far back in my stance am I bringing this thing? I mean, I'm almost inside this right foot here, almost. Again, I'm gonna keep this low and like drag the knuckles. That's the feel. I don't know if I'm doing that or not, but I'm trying. That was under 100. So that was lower. Okay. Not bad. So usually for me, the lower I hit it, the more of a cut, more of a closed face, and I'll end up with a draw. So, I mean, I really don't think about that when I'm hitting the ball. I aim dead straight. Like again, I'm aimed dead middle of this piece right here. And this bringing the ball back will start the ball more right. So I'm going to be very in the out. So even with an open club face, it'll start that way and still come back. I mean, this is generally what happens to me whenever I'm hitting this shot. Anyway, this kind of stuff, it's good to know because when you're hitting these low shots like this, I think for me, like most of this trajectory stuff, when you need it, is when you have an obstacle like, I don't know, 30 to 50 feet in front of you, where you have to make this ball either go under something or over something. And even though our peak height is that, most of the difference is going to be in this, this first bit here. When I say first bit, I mean to 50 feet. I mean, it's going to be quite dramatic on how high that ball is on that 50 feet mark. That would be cool to see on the simulator. So we're hitting a low one again. Uncomfortably far back in my stance. I want to hit the front of that dime, keep the hands low. We're at 90 there. Again, we hit that push draw. It's very compressed. Pretty good. So, I mean, have I messed? I don't know that I would say I messed up any of these like lower shots or compressed shots, but I wasn't as good with the higher lofted ones. Let's hit a few more high ones. And then we got to finish this session up with our stock shot. So I'm bringing this ball forward, uncomfortably forward. And I want to hit the back of that dime. $125. And again, like I said, you're going to end up with that. For me, I'm going to end up with that either cut or push that just stays out right when I bring it forward. So again, if I'm playing the shot, just like I said earlier, if I'm hitting this push or cut or whatever, high ball, I'm going to be in a situation where I have to aim over here because the ball is going to end over here. So, honestly, I'm kind of convinced myself that if I need to hit a cut, just set up for this high ball flight. Because I've actually probably hit this cut more often. Just doing that alone, I mean, just bringing this ball forward, a little uncomfortably forward, and hitting the back of that dime. Oh, did I just pull that? Still cut it though. It's a good miss. Bringing that ball really far forward is so much more uncomfortable than bringing it back. And I actually think maybe that's the variable I like. Just bring the ball forward a little bit and then do everything else the same. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, hitting these high ones is uncomfortable for me. Try another one. A little high one. Maybe not so far forward, because I'm really just thinning those. That's better. So just not so far forward. Just a tad forward. Let's do another one. Just a tad forward, like a ball. Because I was putting it like, like where I almost put like a 5-iron or something, like way up there. I'm just doing like a ball forward and then hitting the back of the dime. I don't think that's going to be low. It was thin again. It's hard for me not to hit these thin shots when I'm trying to hit. Like, I'm not hitting up in the ball. I'm just trying to like hit further back on it or something. Okay, I'm going to hit some stock shots here. We got to finish this with just some pure, nice struck, well struck balls. Yes. I don't say yes, but it's okay. It's a good miss per se. Went the right direction. Let's do a little less with this swing. Fat. It would be nice to end with a cluster of good ones. I don't mind that one. Good. It's a good stock shot right there. Let's do one more. One more, and we're out of here. It's a great one to end on. Literally perfect stock shot for me. Awesome. All right. If you made it this far, hopefully you subscribe. See you guys later.